Day 4, Zoncolan day. I'm heading up the valley over into Italy and then descending all the way down to a place called Tomezzo, where I then head up towards the Zoncolan. It's a similar-ish profile to the second day I did, with a couple of little climbs in the morning and then the big one to finish the day. But this time the morning climbs are a little bit smaller and there's less of a valley between them, but still I think my legs are a bit shot after yesterday. Rather stupid what I did, but you know, it's all for the fun of it. Just making my coffee now and then I'm gonna get heading out and go to the supermarket and grab some breakfast.
Right, just rolled out the campsite, probably about 10 AM departure again, so not the earliest, but I don't need to be any earlier than that. Just heading down the road to the supermarket now to get some breakfast, and then it's up the climb, up that valley up there, which should be fun over to Italy. Well, that's annoying. Got some croissants and a banana and an iced tea because I fancied it. Found another open supermarket here, just a couple of k's down the road. That guy just offered to give me a pull. And then I was sat in his wheel doing about 450 watts trying to keep up. So I just shout, there's no chance. I'm sitting up. Right, we've just come out of this log pod place, onto the climb proper now. Got about 6k, about 7% to do. I'm having to make a conscious effort not to try and jump on wheels and just tap out 200 watts, save myself the Zoncolan later. Listening to a good bit of Lantern Rouge cycling podcast to keep me going and motivated, recapping the past couple of days of the tour. And yeah, let's get to Italy by lunchtime. That's it. Time to say goodbye to Slovenia and hello to Italy. Well, in 150 metres, that is. Right, so we're just starting the second of the sort of Italian border climbs before I start that really long descent down through the valley. It's pretty much, I guess, the bottom of the Zoncolan. Right, so that's the top of the second climb. I think that's probably going to be it for the climbing until later this afternoon with the Zoncolan. Oh, really? So I'm now down in the valley on this lovely old like disused railway cycle path. Brilliant. Just powering, I just got about 30k to do down here, and then I'm going to stop at a supermarket, grab some lunch. Then there's only a few k up the valley to the campsite because I've had a change of plan. Instead of going over the Zoncolan to the campsite, it's actually the same distance to get to the campsite as the base on the other side. So I'm going to actually go up the campsite side of it, so I can take my bags off and do it without bags. And also, it is the more famous side, that side, the side with the tunnel and then the hairpins up to the top, which I would rather do. I know it's kind of cheating taking the bags off, but I need every bit of help I can get now. You know what the best part about railways is? Instead of going over hills, they just build tunnels straight through them. Oh, it's brilliant. It's almost like the Monte Trail on steroids with this many tunnels. It's constant tunnel after tunnel after tunnel on this railway line. This is a crazy long tunnel. It's also really quite cold in it. Up a bike lane now, down in the valley on a bit of a main road now, trying to get to our lunches. Well, I say lunch, a bit later than lunch, but yeah, not the nicest road. Gotta get through it. Right, so that's lunch had. I'm just on the road now up to this place called Avaro, which is where the campsite at the bottom of the Zoncolan is. Then yeah, I'm gonna get pitched up, ditch all the bags, and then yeah, give the climb a go. Right, well that's the tent all pitched up. I'm setting off to go up the Zoncolan now. Feels weird on my bike without any bags. Like, so unstable it feels. Strange. Really weird. I basically can't balance them out the pedals. It feels like my bike's going all over the road. Here we go, it's properly starting now. This is difficult. Still got like over 6k to go. And I'm dying. Good job I've now come up with the bags on. Oh, it's relentless. That's 500 metres vertical left to go, which is over halfway, but it's mad this. Still 4 kilometres. This is honestly my hardest things I've done. Well, I'm this tired when I started, trying to keep this going. Oh, a flat bit, that's a relief. Like, look at this, I'm just spinning away at 100 watts. Shouldn't be able to do that. Wow. It's impressive. Almost at the tunnel now. Here we go. Marco Pantani welcoming to the tunnel. It'll take us out by the amphitheatre. Oh. Oh, this is dark as well. Oh. Here we go. Oh, there's a second tunnel. I didn't know about that. Opening out into the final slopes of the climb. Crazy, on a Giro d'Italia stage, these banks just here would be an absolute amphitheatre of people. You'd barely be able to move for how many people will be sat on these grassy verges. I love that, all the photos of all the legends. And here we go. Oh. Well, that's one of the biggest climbs of the trip, the Monte Zoncolan completed. That absolutely killed me. I mean, at risk of sounding like a bloody GCM presenter, it is crazy. And one of the most beautiful things about cycling, that you can ride up one of the most like epic climbs that the pros battle out on. That, you know, if you're a football fan, you couldn't just go score a goal in Old Trafford, could you? Yeah, you can do one of like the most iconic climbs from the Giro. I mean, Jesus, that was hard. Like, it just doesn't back off. I mean, it doesn't help. I'd already ridden 100 kilometres earlier today, and my legs were shot from the past few days.
So on the way back down Zoncolan, absolutely mad, but I think I've completely cooked my rear rotor. It was like a dark, like charred looking colour, the actual rotor itself, and looking into the caliper, the pads are just non-existent. The brand new pads are put on before the trip, so they've literally been used for 4 days. I get that my bike's heavy, but like even in last time I toured, I did 3-4 weeks on an old set of pads. I'd never changed for a year or two of owning that bike, and I never changed afterwards for another year probably, which might have not been sensible, but you know, I was not expecting to cook a brake pad in about 3 days or 4 days.